I'm Dr. Lara, and welcome to another week of channeled angel messages. So sit back, relax, and see if anything resonates for you today. Okay, so right away, I'm seeing um, like one person, and then I'm seeing like cords attached to all of these other people. But it's a silver cord, and it's connecting with your heart. So I don't know who I'm talking to today, but it feels like some of us have been losing relationships, whether it's someone that is making their transition, or we're in a breakup, or we're losing friends. And it feels like there's a lot of pain and heartache around it. But the angels want you to know that once you get past that pain of losing a relationship or friendship, and you get through that grief, they want you to understand that the love that you shared with that person at some point in the relationship will always be there, and you'll have that memory. So if you're feeling like you're in grief, or you're in an anger phase, or whatever phase you're in about losing a relationship, when you allow yourself to move through those phases and feel those feelings and release them, there is kind of like in there, they're showing me like a gold crown. So there's a gift at the end, and that gift is that you will be able to feel the love. Like when you think back on the relationship, instead of thinking how horrible it was or how painful it was, you'll be able to look back on that relationship and remember the good times, and to know that the bond of love will always be there, and you can always carry that within your cells. But you can release all the other stuff that you don't want. Okay. And okay, they're showing me like ups and downs. So they're telling me we're ending a cycle, and this is all of humanity. Oftentimes when we're going through like the night of the damned, or going through hell, we sometimes feel like we're the only ones going through it. And the angels want you to know is that you're not. All of humanity is going through it in one way, shape, or form, at one level or another. Okay. um, everybody's life is being turned upside down. Everybody is growing and changing. Everybody is losing relationships. Everybody, their fears are coming up, their self-doubt, their self-worth, all of this stuff. It's all coming up for everybody. And we're ending a cycle of not believing in ourselves, not trusting ourselves, not loving ourselves. We're ending that cycle, and we're beginning a new one where we're stepping into, or we're unveiling another level of awareness, another level of knowing the truth of who we really are. Because all of these feelings of not enough, of self-worth, of fear, all of that's all of the ego-centered mind, which we have been in for a long time. And now we're moving more into a heart-centered space, into a soul space. And when we're in that soul space, there is no question of worthiness. There is no question of, are we good enough? There is no fear. There is no lack. There's no limitation, because we are in that energy of knowing who we truly are, like knowing that we are divine, knowing that we are exactly where we're supposed to be, doing exactly what we're supposed to be doing. There is no rush for our divine right purpose. Everything that we're feeling is what we're supposed to be feeling. And that is what we're moving into. And they're also asking to be patient with ourselves, because the angels know that it doesn't feel good. I mean, they can't really feel what we're feeling, but they can see what we're going through, and they understand that it's pretty tough here on this planet right now. And But they're showing me the crown again. When we get through this, when we end this cycle and we go into this new phase, that we are going to be experiencing more joy and more love. And they're just saying that it's not in the distant future, that you can choose it right now, even if it's for a moment. And the more that you choose to look at the good in your life, to choose your heart-centered space, the more those moments are going to connect together, and soon your life will feel like that. Okay. And they're also saying that it feels like someone here, you're coming up on a decision, and you're wondering if you can trust whoever is in this decision with you, and this includes yourself. So basically, they're saying, yes, you can trust your intuition. You are making the right decision that is the highest and best for you. As long as you do that, that is going to lead you to your highest and best good. And even when you don't choose what's highest and best for you, that's also going to lead you to your highest and best good, because there's something else that you need to learn about choosing yourself first. So they're just saying that you can trust yourself in this situation, even though it's probably going against what most people in your life want you to do or not do. Ultimately, you are the person that has to live your life, and at the end of the day, you're the one whose head is on the pillow, and you have to decide, was your life lived for you today, or are you living it for other people for whatever reason of being loved and accepted, or not wanting to hurt others. But when we come from that space, that means that we just put everybody else in front of us, and it's like we have no self-importance. And I'm not talking about the ego, we're talking about self-love. And this is leading into the next part of this message. All of humanity is going through this dark night of the soul of feeling worthy. Am I worthy of love? Am I worthy of good health? Am I worthy of happiness? Am I worthy of abundance and success? And we've just been programmed for so long to feel that we're not worthy of any of that. And the answer is yes, you are. And just when I said that, like all these like souls were like, well, how do I do that? Like, I want that. And the place where you start is you declare that for yourself, that you are worthy. There's nothing outside of you that's making you not worthy. It's a belief structure that we have within us. And when we see what that belief structure is and we choose differently, then that sets us on a different trajectory of how we're going to live our life and how we're going to look at things or perceive things. And when you choose, when you really choose and you are in alignment with really believing and intending and acknowledging and bringing in you living your best life and you deserving to live your best life, things will come into your experience. Books, people, classes, healers, therapists, whatever, all of that is going to come into your existence. So just be aware that when you intend something different for yourself, especially if it's good, a lot of these things are going to come up that tell you that you're not. Just understand that those are false beliefs. And just because you're thinking something doesn't necessarily mean that it's true. So you get to choose what you want to believe. Just because it was said to you by your parents, a teacher, siblings, whatever, it doesn't mean that it's true. But somewhere along the lines, you made it true. So if you made it true back then, you can make it untrue now, and you can choose a different truth. And yes, it is that simple. Is it easy? Sometimes no, because there's, years of programming that we have to unpack and unravel, but that's all part of the game. That's all part of our evolution. This is all part of it. the feelings of loneliness, the feelings of unworthiness, the fear, all of that is all part of what it is we're going through. It's all part of our transformation. We can't just jump out of one place in the dark and go all the way into the light like that. It doesn't work that way. It's a gradual progression of our light shining brighter and brighter and brighter, and us discovering parts about ourselves that are of truth, that are beautiful, that is wisdom, that is joy, that is health, that is prosperity. And that's what we're doing, is we're uncovering all of that. We're taking away all of the things that aren't us, so we can tap into and remember who we truly are. We already have all that within us. It's not outside of us. All of that truth and that wisdom and that knowing and our worthiness, that's all in here. We just have to get rid of all of the other things that tell us that we're not. Okay, so those were the messages for today. I really hope you enjoyed them. Thank you so much for all of your comments and your questions. Send in questions and I will be answering them in another video. So thank you so much for being here, and many, many blessings.